So we're going live now. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I know everyone, it's been a long journey. It's been a long 12-week program and it's finally coming to an end today. So today is the last training webinar session we'll be having on elevator pitch, which is learning the craft of elevator pitch. So I'm just going to introduce everybody joining me in this particular session today. So we have Foko. Everyone knows Foko. Foko has been a mentor on the program for over 5 years and has been supporting us with the French translations. And we also have Nadia. Nadia is a TEF alumni who has been very supportive and supporting with the Portuguese translation. And we have our expert, our business expert, our TEF alumni, our proud TEF alumni, Choma. Choma will be facilitating the session today. Choma is a TEF alumni, right? And she has expertise in coaching people on pitching, learning the craft of elevator pitch. She's also a serial entrepreneur. She has so many businesses. She's into real estate, she's into consulting and into fashion as well. And she's also the co-founder of the Pitch Center. So they basically coach people on how to pitch, preparedness for pitching, and just be basically investor ready. So just so I don't want to waste much of our time, so we can kick off the session. I'm going to hand over to Choma. So Choma is also going to introduce herself again, and we will start the session today. Welcome everyone, and I'm happy to be here again with all our participants from across Africa. So thank you for joining us today. Over to you, Choma. Thank you very much for joining us.
Awesome. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our session. Today, we're going to be talking about crafting your elevator pitch, learning how to craft your elevator pitch. Like Ibuka already introduced, my name is Choma. I am a fashion designer. I'm a pitch trainer, which is the most important thing here. Right, so I am a 2018 TEF alumni, and I've gone ahead to attract so many other opportunities for my business. I've won so many other competitions across the world, and I decided to, start teaching other founders how to do exactly what I have done. And that's why I started the Pitch Center, to help, every other person learn how to pitch their businesses, learn how to even identify the most important things in their value, in their business, and learn how to articulate it properly and access the opportunities that they need to grow. All right, so but today we're going to have a short session because pitching is really a lot. It can take 1 week to groom you on how to pitch, but for today, I mean, you've had a long 12 weeks program, so I'm sure that you're almost already there. Right, so today is going to be just a summary of how to craft your elevator pitch. You're going to be pitching for the $5,000 grant very soon. So this is going to help you learn exactly how to craft that pitch and ensure that you're putting your best foot forward. All right, let's go. So thank you to my people here who will be translating as well. I encourage you to listen carefully and prepare your questions at the end of the session. Now, what is an elevator pitch? I mean, how did this even come about, right? So we know the time it takes to move from one floor in an elevator to another. So it's about 30 to 60 seconds, right? That's exactly the time it takes for you to make an elevator pitch. It's very concise, a very concise summary of yourself, your business, and your ask. Right? A concise summary of yourself, your business, and your ask. So yourself is what exactly you do, right? Who you are first, what your name is, if you are a barber or a designer, what exactly you do, and then your business. So what does your business do? Your business is so and so Gas Incorporated. We move gas from point A to point B. What exactly do you do? What value do you offer? Right? And then you ask, why are you making this pitch? Why are you talking to me about your business? That you ask. I'll allow the translators so Nadia, so when I have when I call your name, once I'm done with, like a summary of what I want to say, I'll call your name and then you summarize so that you get the whole, yeah. So that's about the meaning of an elevator pitch. It's a concise summary of yourself, your business, and you ask yourself, what your bio is, who you are, you're a farmer, you're a fashion designer, whatever it is, and then your business, talk about your business, and then your ask is, why are you making this pitch? That's what an elevator pitch is in summary. So, Nadia.
Thanks, Shoma. Boa tarde a todos, bem-vindos a mais uma formação, a última, né? Antes do desafio final. Hoje é sobre o pitch do elevador. A Shoma, que foi apresentada aqui pela Ibucom, é uma empreendedora do TEF de 2018, do ano 2018, e ela é especialista em empresária hoje e é também especialista em pitch. Ela tem um negócio que é ajudar as pessoas com os pitch. Então, basicamente, o primeiro ponto, a primeira coisa que vocês devem pegar hoje é o que é um pitch de elevador. Um pitch de elevador é basicamente um sumário bastante resumido de você, como você, seu nome, o que você faz, teu país e um mínimo sobre si, e depois o seu negócio, se o seu negócio é agricultura, se é em propriedade, se é em transformação, o que seja, e o que você deseja, o último ponto. Portanto, um sumário resumido que vai falar sobre você, sobre o seu negócio e sobre o que você precisa, ou o que você vem buscar. E nesse caso são os $5.000. Okay? Esse é o primeiro ponto. Obrigado. Foco, over to you.
Ok, bonjour et bienvenue pour cette dernière session de la session 2021 de la formation pour le compte de la Entrepreneurship Foundation Entrepreneurship Programme. Donc, aujourd'hui, avec Shioma, nous allons voir la présentation ascenseur. Donc, la présentation ascenseur est simple. On suppose que vous rencontrez une personnalité ou une personne que vous aurez aimé rencontrer depuis longtemps. Et vous avez juste entre 30 minutes et 1 seconde, entre 30 secondes, pardon, et 1 minute pour lui parler le temps du rencontre dans un ascenseur. Alors, à ce moment, qu'est-ce que vous faites? Vous devez être très concis. Et le jeu va consister, par exemple, en ce que vous parlez de vous-même, de soi, vous parlez de vous, une petite présentation très légère que vous embrayez directement avec une présentation de votre affaire et pour finalement chuter sur la présentation du questionnement pour lequel votre entreprise existe. Donc, voilà un peu ce dont on va faire aujourd'hui dans l'art de la présentation ascenseur. Thank you, Fiona.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we move to the critical parts of your elevator pitch. What are the most important things you need to talk about, you need to touch when you're pitching, right? So first is the introduction. So the introduction, like I said, it's telling us exactly who you are, right? Your title, what's important at that point. So for the TEF program, and the reason I'm talking about what's important at that point is there's so many scenarios. If I'm pitching to a UN, there's so many things they're interested in that I will not talk about if I'm pitching to a bank, right? So if I'm pitching to a UN, my introduction will be different than the introduction I'll use for a bank, right? So for the 28-minute foundation program, you'll be telling us about who you are. You give an introduction of who you are and exactly what you do, right? Your title, right? Who you are. Your name is James Obiora, or your name is Emmanuel Abdullahi. I am a farmer from Cameroon, right? That's your introduction. So ensure that we catch your introduction to link it to what you do. So by the time you tell us your name is Emmanuel Abdullahi, I am a farmer from Cameroon. Now, what do you do? The next part of your elevator pitch is what you do. So what you do is about what value do you bring? Why am I listening to you? What value do you bring? So I have 10 hectares of land in Cameroon and we plant, okra, right? Or I've produced noiseless generator because we don't have light in Nigeria, right? So what exactly do you do? That's where you talk about, this is a critical part of your pitch. So you move from your introduction to what you do and then what you want. What exactly do you want? Why are you talking to me? So remember, in the beginning, I said it's a concise summary of yourself, your business, and then your ask. So your ask is what do you want? Why are you pitching? Right? So for the tech program, you're talking about what you do, and then what you want is, I'm pitching for $5,000 to do what? Right? What do you want? What do you want the $5,000 to do? So you talk about it. I'm pitching for $5,000 to buy more materials for my, to scale my business, right? This is very important. You don't have to be very vague. When you're talking about what you want to do with the $5,000, please be as specific as possible. So I will listen to someone who says, I need the $5,000 to buy drying equipment for my laundry business. Or I need the $5,000 to buy more seedlings for my tomato farm, right? Than someone saying, I need $5,000 to expand my business. Because I'm not even going to listen to you. If you tell me you need $5,000 to expand your business, there's so many people who are clear enough that I should be listening to than I want to expand your business. How do you want to expand your business? What does that mean? Right? So if you're very specific, it tells me that you've done your homework and you know exactly where you want to put the money, right? I'm not just giving you $5,000 because you are on the program. It's because I know you know exactly where you want to put the money, and I'm sure that if you put the money there, you are able to scale, right? So I need $5,000 to buy a washing machine for my laundry business, or to buy 3 washing machines for my laundry business. I need $5,000 to buy, cassava stems, or tissue paper for this, or for a research and development towards COVID-19 vaccine, right? So you have to be very specific. What exactly do you need $5,000 for, right? That's about what you want. So you talk about what you want, and then what do you want to do with the money, right? Be specific. And then the next thing is your potential impact. Now, the potential impact, I'm adding this potential impact side of things because I noticed that a lot of people miss out on the pitch, on the whole pitch, and don't talk about the potential impact. This potential impact will help whoever you're pitching to grab your message. So it's like a summary of your message. So I'll explain what that means. Now, your potential impact is, if I give you money, if I give you this $5,000 to buy, let's say, for example, I need $5,000 to buy, okay, let's say seedlings for my tomato plantation, right? What I want to know is, what's the last leg of it is, what's going to happen if you buy the seedlings and eventually grow this tomato farm, right? What's going to happen? So the potential impact will be, for instance, at the end of the second farming season, we would have harvested 25,000 baskets of tomatoes and shipped to, Bielsa, right? So instead of saying, I need $5,000 to buy seedlings for my tomato farm, I'll be very happy if, this will help to expand my business, right? It's different. It's more subtle than saying, so imagine I say, I need $5,000 to buy tomato seedlings for my tomato farm. And by the end of the next harvest season, we would have grown 25,000 baskets of tomatoes and shipped to Bielsa. So imagine the impact is a lot more than just telling me you need to expand your farm. right? So I want to key into that, the potential impact of the money that I want to, of the grants, because I know that by the time I give you this grant, you are going to produce 25,000, and you're not only producing 25,000 baskets, you're going to be exporting or shipping into so and so location. So I can see the chain of impact that my money, my $5,000 is creating, right? So even if I didn't hear your pitch, your introduction and all of that, once I hear that you are going to, by the end of the second harvest season, I'm not sure what you guys call it, farmers, by the end of the second harvest season, you are going to produce 25,000 baskets of tomatoes that you're going to ship to Bielsa, or you're going to ship to Canada, right? So once I hear that, I'm already keen into it because I need to be part of that impact, right? It's a lot of work, it's a lot of results, and I need to key into it because I see that it's tangible, it's not in the air, right? It's not I want to grow my business or I want to scale. So it's tangible enough for me to key into, right? So that's about potential impact. Nadia.
Thanks, Shoma. Então, vamos lá ver. O que é importante, quais são as partes críticas num pitch de elevador? Okay. Como nós falamos há pouquinho atrás, o que você deve vender num pitch de elevador é o que você faz e o que você precisa, o que você quer, ou o que você vai pedir. Então, basicamente, as partes importantes no pitch de elevador são, primeiramente, a introdução de você mesmo. Okay, quando se fala em introdução, é prestar atenção que em cada momento como você se introduz vai depender do que você quer, para quem você está a fazer o pitch. Nesse caso, você está a fazer o pitch para a Fundação Antônio Lumelu e você tem que fazê-lo, tem que se apresentar trazendo valor para o teu projeto. Digamos, por exemplo, se você é alguém que tem uma formação de arquitetura, mas você também tem uma formação de agricultura, um engenheiro agrônomo, por exemplo, e o teu negócio está na área da agricultura. É claro que aqui não te interessa falar que tem formação de arquitetura ou formação de seja outra que não traz valor a este momento. Você deve cingir-se a falar daquilo que traz valor ao seu projeto. Eu sou fulano, eu sou João, formado em agronomia, e eu quero sou de Guiné-Bissau, por exemplo. Assim, bem, bastante conciso, onde você é, o teu nome e o que você faz. E depois, o segundo ponto será o que você faz. O que você faz aqui nesse sentido é qual é o teu projeto, o que você pretende fazer. Ali, você tem que ser capaz de mostrar o valor adicional que você traz para a mesa. Que o teu projeto vai trazer para o mundo. É dessa forma que você vai captar a atenção de quem está do outro lado, do investidor. Você tem que convencê-lo que você traz um valor adicional para a sociedade. A seguir, você vai dizer o que você quer. Você quer os $5.000. Quer $5.000 para quê? Também aqui é importante vocês serem o mais detalhados possível quando tiver a falar do dinheiro. Ok? É dizer, eu preciso de $5.000 para comprar máquinas, ou para comprar mais sementes, ou para melhorar, fazer cobertura do meu sítio, ou para fazer uma obra. Sejam concisos. Não diz só, eu preciso de $5.000 para expandir o meu negócio. Não. Tem que ser conciso exatamente como vocês pretendem usar esse dinheiro. E o último ponto é o impacto. Qual é o impacto do teu negócio? Ou seja, basicamente, qual é o potencial impacto que o teu negócio trará para o mundo, para a sociedade, para o teu país? Você aqui tem que prestar atenção que, muitas vezes, o investidor vai ouvir a muitas pessoas e aquele que trouxer o impacto maior provavelmente é capaz de ser selecionado. Então, em vez de você dizer que eu vou comprar, nesse caso, eu sou João, sou agrônomo, sou de Guiné-Bissau e o meu negócio eu preciso de $5.000 para expandir a minha produção através de compra de um trator, por exemplo, para melhorar a minha forma de colheita e cultivo. E o impacto tem que ser que, quando eu acabar, ou depois de 6 meses, ou de 1 ano, seja lá qual tempo for que você plantar a tua cultura, eu vou poder exportar, por exemplo, para outro país da África, ou eu vou poder enviar para outra cidade que não é a minha cidade, X de toneladas, X de sacos de produção. Ali é algo concreto. Dá para o investidor ver que realmente essa pessoa, quando receber o dinheiro, vai fazer algo que vai trazer um resultado que eu consigo imaginar e ver, ok? Atenção nisso. Foco, over to you.
OK, thank you, Nadia. Donc, pour commencer, vous devez savoir que la présentation ou le pitch va dépendre de la cible. Si c'est par exemple devant les Nations Unies, vous devez connaître les intérêts des Nations Unies et le programme dans lequel vous assistez ou bien pour lequel vous faites votre présentation. Si c'est par exemple devant la banque, vous devez être focus sur ce pourquoi vous rencontrez la personne ou bien vous vous présentez à la personne qui est votre interlocuteur. Donc, comme on l'a dit, vous devez déjà commencer par dire ce que vous faites, dire qui vous êtes et ce que vous faites. Et cela doit toujours être en relation avec le projet qui vous a amené vers le destinataire de votre présentation. Maintenant, au niveau de la problématique, vous devez dire exactement et de façon très spécifique pourquoi est-ce que vous voulez de l'argent. Si c'est 5 000 $ que vous voulez, vous ne devez pas seulement dire que vous êtes un participant à la formation d'Anthony Lumelu. Non, ce n'est pas ça qui est important. Ce qui est important, c'est de dire de façon spécifique l'objet du financement que vous voulez. Vous allez investir sur quoi? Si c'est un champ de tomates, vous devez dire par exemple, nous voulons acheter un séchoir. Si c'est une laverie, vous devez par exemple dire, nous devons acheter une machine à laver ou nous voulons acheter un séchoir à linge. Vous ne devez pas dire que j'ai besoin de 5 000 $ pour étendre mon activité, pour le développement de mon activité. Là, c'est vague, c'est flou. Donc, c'est autant de détails que vous devez apporter de façon très précise et concise, et sans ignorer que la nature de l'investissement, la taille du montant que vous voulez comme financement doit être directement liée à l'impact potentiel que vous recherchez. Ça veut dire que dans votre présentation, on doit ressentir le lien qu'il y a entre le financement que vous demandez, l'objet pour lequel vous allez investir et le résultat ou bien l'impact.
Sorry, Foco, I think your internet is a bit, there's a glitch.
Allô?
Are you done?
OK. Donc, je disais que vous devez dire quel est le potentiel impact que vous voulez atteindre. Par exemple,
hello, Foco. Choma, let's continue. Let's continue with you. We'll come back to Foco in the next slide. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I see some questions asking where do you talk about your, which is part of this slide. I'm bringing it up because it's part of this slide. They're asking where you talk about your problem and your solution. That's exactly what you talk about in what you do, right? So what you do is the problem you're solving, the value you're bringing to the table. That's the meaning of what you do, right? So after introduction, you talk about the problem you're solving and the solution you're bringing, right? Then before you talk about what you want. All right, I hope that answers that question. So we go to the next. So this is the main thing. So this is a template for your elevator pitch, right? This is an easy template. You can take a screenshot and use it to fill the details that you want to talk about, right? So you talked about your company. My company is, you talk about your company name. I don't know if you can see the screen very well. So you talk about your company name. You describe exactly what you do.
Sorry to cut you short, Choma. We can share this with them after.
Yeah, but I'm explaining. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. That's fine.
Okay, so your company is, you explain what you do, which is what I talked about in the previous slide. And then you're creating or you're developing, what your solution is, what's your unique value for which market, which target market, So remember, what I wanted to bring up from this is everybody, there's so many farmers, there's so many fashion designers, there's so many, there's so many architects, there's so many people in education, right? So in talking about your offering, your value, ensure that there's something unique about what you're offering. So it differentiates you from every other person. So imagine that there's so many people saying, you know, I'm a painter, or I'm an artist. I draw beautiful, you know, I draw beautiful drawings. What would differentiate you from every other person that has beautiful drawings? So you have to be able to find that unique thing that makes you to stand out, right? And that's your USP, your unique value. So find that thing and incorporate it into your solution. Don't just say you're an artist, or you're a farmer, or you know, you are, right? You get what I mean? So find out exactly how you can stand out, find your unique value and amplify that unique value. A lot of us, we have it, but because we don't focus on it, we don't amplify it. No matter how simple it is, there's something different that you're bringing to the table than every other person in your industry. All right, and describe your target market. Who are you offering all of this amazing value to? All right, then next is state your traction. What have you done that is most significant, right? You have bought 100 hectares of land, or you are partnered with, you know, the US government to do, you know, a project in your community, or you have partnered with, you know, the Tony Emily Foundation to empower 100,000 women, or you have, you know, examples. So what's the most significant thing you have done? So what this does is it helps to build the trust, or to believe in you that you actually mean business, right? So talk about the most significant thing you've done. You know, it can be how many people you have in your customer base. It can be, oh, in 2020 we acquired 10,000 more people from Ghana, you know, to our customer base. Or it can be, we want the, you know, whatever awards you won, what is actually significant that when people hear it, or whoever the judge hears it, is more interested in offering you the opportunity because you mean business, right? So your traction helps to solidify your pitch that you've done great work, you mean business, you're not just looking for grants, you're actually doing the work. So your traction could be, I mean, any of these things I mentioned, you know, your customer base, your, you know, the partnerships you have, your sales revenue could be your traction, any significant awards and all of that. Then currently you have what you're doing now. So currently we are growing, or currently we are developing a prototype for, or, you know, currently we're located at, or we're building a new plant at, right? So what exactly are you doing now, and what are you looking to do next? So what you're looking to do next is then your ask. I need $5,000 to create more, expand my farm by 2 hectares, or, you know, expand my fashion business. I need to buy 3 more sewing machines. I need to employ 5 more tailors, or I need to build a new factory in so-and-so place. So what are you looking to do, right? And then state exactly what you plan to do with the ask. What do you plan to do with the ask? What do you plan to do with what you're asking for? Now, this last paragraph talks about the potential impact that I mentioned before. So for example, by the end of 2022, we would have empowered 100,000 women in our community, right? Or by the end of 2021, we would have sent 1,000 children back to school, or 1,000 girls in my community, school girls in my community, or 1,000 girls that are out of school would have sent them back to school by the end of 2021. So whatever it is you do, ensure that you have captured the potential impact of the ask, right? So you're asking for $5,000 to buy more laptops for girls coding, right? So is it that at the end of 6 months, 5 more girls will learn how to code and will be ready for the job, for coding jobs globally, right? That's the potential impact. So if I'm giving you $5,000, I am giving you because I know, or I believe that by the end of 6 months, you would have produced 5 young girls who are expert coders. So you see how it's easy for me to buy into your dream if I understand the potential impact of the money that I'm giving to you. All right, an example, by the end of 2025, Nigeria will be malaria free. By the time, you know, I need $5,000 to go into the research and development phase of this, my so, you know, a business, or we're creating a vaccine, or we're doing this and that. And by the end of the year, Nigeria will be malaria-free. So imagine telling me that by the end of 5 years, Nigeria will be malaria-free. I'll be more than happy to help you. I'll be more than happy to key into that dream because I want to be part of change. Everybody wants to be part of change, right? So if you tell me that by the end of 2025, Nigeria will be malaria-free because of the seed capital I'm giving you to engage in this, to conduct a research and produce a vaccine or something, I'll be more than happy to be part of that change, right? Because it's such impact, and I need to learn this. I need to learn the specifics. You need to tell me in detail how long it's going to take you to achieve this, how many people is going to be, how many people it will affect, and the total impact, right? That's what will help me to believe more in your project and offer you the funding. So this is about a summary of your elevator pitch. Remember, you've talked about the problem you're solving in the beginning. That's about what you do, your problem, your solution, who your target market is, who are you offering this solution to. And then the next section is talking about your traction. What have you done so far? In the last 2 years of your business, or the last 1 year, what have you achieved? That's your traction. And then you talk about your ask. What do you need, and what are you going to do with the money? And then you talk about your potential impact, which is the final, the closing of the elevator pitch. So what this does is, even if I didn't hear the stories you've told me before, but if you give me that punchline at the end of with your potential impact, I will immediately understand or recall the things we've talked about before, because the potential impact sticks, right, than every other thing we talked about. And that's why I keep hammering on the potential impact, because it's easy for me to remember that you said that by 2025, Nigeria will be malaria-free. You said that by the end of the second harvest season, that you would have harvested 25,000 baskets of tomatoes and shipped it to Ghana. So it's easy for me to grab that last line and understand every other thing you said. All right, Foko, I'm not sure if you are back with us. Let's hear your translation before Nadia.
OK, thank you, Shioma. Donc, nous vous présentons un exemple de présentation de pitch elevator. Donc, il est question ici que, par exemple, dans un premier paragraphe, vous puissiez présenter votre entreprise, le nom de votre entreprise, quel est le marché sur lequel vous intervenez de façon très simple. Qu'est-ce qui a été développé et quelle est la valeur unique, ça c'est très important, quelle est la valeur que vous apportez à la cible en fonction de votre modèle économique. Parce que c'est ça qui attrape, c'est ça qui attire l'investisseur afin qu'il puisse accepter votre projet tel que vous allez le présenter. Il faudrait que cela ait de la valeur ajoutée pour d'autres personnes. Après ça, vous devez indiquer bien évidemment quel est le marché sur lequel vous intervenez, par exemple en donnant une statistique globale ou bien la taille du marché. Pas uniquement ce que vous devez faire, mais la taille du marché global, le potentiel dans lequel vous intervenez par rapport au secteur, le potentiel par rapport au secteur où vous intervenez. À la suite, vous devez maintenant donner quel est le niveau d'avancement de votre projet, quels sont les points importants que vous avez déjà eu à développer, quels sont vos accomplissements. Parce que ça aussi, ça attire l'investisseur pour qu'il soit captivé. Vous devez savoir que lorsque vous vous présentez à quelqu'un, lorsque vous présentez votre projet à quelqu'un, vous n'êtes probablement pas la seule personne qui va verser des choses importantes et impressionnantes qui ont déjà été réalisées. Ça peut être la description de votre projet, ça peut être la description du service, ça peut être peut-être le nom de marque ou les brevets d'invention. Ça peut être des commandes que vous avez déjà réalisées. Tout ça, c'est important à mettre au devant dans le deuxième paragraphe. Et maintenant, pour finir, vous devez savoir que, on vous l'a dit, le potentiel
Okay, I think Foco's internet is shaking. Nadia.
Thanks, Shoma.
L'impact que vous faites doit être très bien précisé. Parce que lui, cette personne va résoudre un problème avec votre projet pour résoudre un. Et cet impact-là, vous devez l'indiquer. Over to you, Nadia.
Thanks, Foko. Ok, pessoal, então este é um exemplo de pitch de elevador. É basicamente um modelo de um pitch de elevador. O que deve sair? Que fala minha empresa. Minha empresa, o nome da sua empresa, minha empresa Alfa, e depois a seguir tem que descrever o que a empresa faz. A minha empresa Alfa é empresa de construção civil, na província tal, país tal. Nós, para além de construir edifícios, nós fazemos isso, fazemos aquilo. Quer dizer, o valor que vocês trazem para o mercado, o que você traz para o mercado, porque não basta. Já existem outras empresas de construção civil. O que é que a tua empresa faz de diferente das outras? Por que eu devo apostar na tua empresa? Se calhar porque nós usamos materiais reciclados para fazer a nossa... para fazer como é que se diz, a construção civil, e dessa forma nós estamos a contribuir para o bem-estar, para a melhoria do ambiente e por aí, não é? A valor adicional que você traz para que o teu negócio vai oferecer. Shoma, can you please share this slide again?
Oh, sorry.
A seguir, vocês vão falar da vossa atração. O que é que vocês já fizeram? Olha, minha empresa já trabalhou aqui, já construiu isso, fez aquilo, e aqui a atração pode ser indicada por os maiores, as coisas mais importantes que vocês já alcançaram. Olha, nós já construímos a creche ali, nós já construímos essa ponte ali, e não sei o que, não sei o que. Por aí. Basicamente, o histórico, coisas que vocês já fizeram, que pode ser verificada e dizer, realmente esse pessoal... essa pessoa é capaz, ok? Depois, vai dizer agora o corrente estado, o estado atual da vossa empresa, em termos de produto, serviço e por aí. Nesse momento, nós temos X obras, nós temos isso, nós temos este ou aquele desafio, enfim. Tudo isso deve ser expresso agora, na atualidade, dizer qual é a situação da empresa agora. E depois... Agora vocês vão fazer o pedido. Né? Até agora você apresentou a empresa, a seguir você vai isso que a empresa faz, e agora você vai fazer o pedido que você quer. Okay? Aquilo que você quer. Você quer ou nós queremos esse valor para fazer isso, fazer aquilo. Que é para comprar uma máquina que vai transformar, por exemplo, plásticos em blocos que nós usaremos para pavimentar. Ok, ótimo. Você está a ser aqui bastante preciso. Não está a dizer só que eu preciso do dinheiro para melhorar a minha empresa ou para alargar a minha empresa, mas não, eu já disse que eu preciso de dinheiro para comprar uma máquina que vai transformar resíduos plásticos ou garrafas plásticas, tudo plástico, em blocos. Bem concreto, ok? E depois você vai dizer o potencial impacto, não é? É que, olha, no fim de 2022, se nós conseguimos esse dinheiro até o final de 2022, nós teremos eliminado X toneladas de plástico no ambiente. E, em contrapartida, nós estamos a impedir ou a eliminar o uso de X toneladas de areia, por exemplo, porque nós vamos substituir os blocos tradicionais de areia com os blocos de plástico. Portanto, você aqui, quando fala que vai eliminar X toneladas de plástico do meio ambiente, logo o investidor vai dizer, uau, quer dizer que se eu der dinheiro a essa pessoa, as ruas vão ficar mais limpas, o ambiente vai ficar mais limpo, mais saudável, quer dizer, algo concreto. O impacto é muito importante, pessoal. Tentem realmente falar do impacto do vosso negócio em termos de datas, assim, em termos de prazos do cronograma, quer dizer, dentro de X de tempo. No primeiro exemplo, falávamos de tomate. Quando alguém diz que, olha, eu vou produzir mais tomates e vou exportar para a cidade vizinha, X de toneladas de tomate ou X quilos de tomate por semanas. Aí, logo, o investidor diz, isso é bom, quer dizer que aquela cidade onde tinha escassez vai deixar de haver escassez. Portanto, tem que ser coisas concretas que o investidor consiga relacionar-se a elas e, dessa forma, poder tomar uma decisão a vosso favor. Chioma, over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Nadia. Okay, so I saw a few questions that are asking, things around this template. So I'll just take them now and I will stop sharing my screen since we are, so this is the end of the slide anyway. Okay, so this is the end. So I'll stop sharing my screen and take some of these questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so first someone asked,
Sorry, Choma, sorry. It's just to let the other people in different language know that they can ask questions now. They can put the questions on the chat.
They're already putting their questions. I see so many questions.
Yeah.
Questions as well. So let her take the ones she can see.
Okay.
And we will now give her more questions that we have.
Okay, great. So, right. So first thing, someone asked if it's a video pitch. Yes, you're going to make a video pitch with your slides. You're going to prepare a presentation, and it doesn't have to be 100 slides. You can do 4 slides. You can see I made this presentation with just 4 slides. The most important thing is what is most important. You don't need to have 100 slides. Please use fewer slides. 4 to 10 slides is fine, as long as you can capture the solution or rather the problem you are solving, the solution you're bringing, what you're asking for, what do you need the money for, and then your potential impact, which might also include your next steps, right? So those are the four key things that we need in this elevator pitch. You don't have all the time, so you don't want people to stop you and say, stop, your time is up. So you rather just settle down and finish quickly before your time is up. So it's a video pitch with your slides. And then the second thing, someone asked,
sorry, Choma, just to also clarify and add to what you said. So what they're doing is it's a video they're uploading. So like you said, a video pitch. Yeah, it's a video. So they need to capture. So it's a 4 minutes video. So they need to ensure, like you said, they need to be very precise. Don't make it too long. Just capture the important things, the 4 key things the judge wants to know, and make sure you are able to cover those things in 4 minutes. Don't go and say, just don't have too many things to say and not capture the key things. Very important. Over to you, Choma. Thank you.
Yeah, so great. The next thing is someone asked about $5,000. Should you say $5,000 or should you ask for $5,000 or more? What is available to you is $5,000. So whatever you're asking should be in that bracket, right? $5,000. Now, something for people who have bogus projects. So for instance, if you're talking about your project and it has to do with something really bogus. So for instance, you're building a house for children, or you're building a factory, that $5,000 will not, might not be able to build, right? So you don't tell me you need $5,000 to build a factory. We know that $5,000 might not be able to take the factory that you want, but what you can do is to break it down in phases. So you say something like, I need funding to build my factory, right? But in the first stage of this project, we need $5,000 to build maybe the foundation or to build a makeshift factory. So that way we know that you actually understand what you're doing, but because the grant sum cannot take the whole building, you have broken it down in phases, right? So you need money to, do a plant or, to do this research. But the first phase is to start engaging consultants. So you need $5,000 to do phase 1. So this is for people who have bogus projects. But if you don't have bogus projects, please keep your ask within $5,000. That's what is acceptable. So if you have bogus projects, break it down in phases and let the phase 1 or whatever phase you're pitching be within $5,000. All right, and then the next thing, must you use the template? Someone asked, must you use the template? You must not use, that's why it's a template. It's just a guide. It's not compulsory that you use it. It's just to guide you on what's the most important things. So you can use any templates, it can be in any format, but it's just to guide you on what you can, how to construct your elevator pitch. And then the last thing is, someone asked me to give examples of, for people in idea stage. Right. So even if you're in idea stage, you don't tell me, oh, I haven't done this thing before. I need $5,000 to start. I don't know I'm not sure how this works. So you don't say you're not sure, you haven't done it before. You have to have some experience, right? So even if you're in idea stage, there's something, you must have traction. So your traction could be, you have, signed an agreement with the developer who's going to develop your prototype, or you have sourced raw materials, or you've completed the research and this is what you've come up with. You have built the website. There has to be something that will show that you're actually working on this idea, right? So the idea is not just in your head, it's work in progress, right? So you have to show something, even if your idea is even if it's just an idea you have, there has to be something to show that you're working. That's about the questions I have here. Ibuko, let me know if you have other questions. Someone asked, what is elevator pitch? What's the difference between elevator pitch and pitch deck? Elevator pitch is what you say. This pitch I'm making is my elevator pitch. The pitch deck is a document I shared with you. The PowerPoint presentation, the presentation you will use, in your case, it will be the video presentation. That's the pitch deck. The document you use to pitch is your pitch deck. All right. Yeah.
Sorry, just also mention, since it's a 4-minute video, I don't think they should do slides. It will I feel they should just speak through what they have, maybe written like that document, write it and just speak through what you have, because you don't have time.
Oh, okay. This is a different format altogether.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So I think that template you shared, that template can serve as a guide.
Yeah.
And in the business template we shared with them, we actually highlighted the areas they need to look out for during pitching, which is the same thing you shared. So I think they should just put it in a document, write it, and just talk through that document, rather than trying to do a presentation slide. It would eat into your time. And the main things we need to hear, you won't have time to say it. And so it doesn't affect you. So I think that document you shared, can just fill it in and talk through. It's a video, so of you, telling us a summary of your business. Thank you.
Awesome. So yeah, that's it. It's just a video. There's no documents. So this is quite even more interesting, because it's difficult to even do slides, to sit down and start designing slides and then start pitching the slides. So this is easier. So use that template I shared, or whichever template you have. But those are the critical things that you need, and present it in your 4-minute video. All right. Let me see if you have any more questions here. Or Nadia, can Nadia summarize for us the answers I've shared so far?
Okay, I can do that. I think. Ok, pessoal, estamos provavelmente já notaram que já chegou o fim da apresentação, então nós estamos agora a olhar para as perguntas e respostas. Quem tiver questões pode colocar no chat. Uma das perguntas foi feita sobre, alguém perguntou se é obrigatório pedir só $5.000, ok? A resposta é que o valor máximo que vos é dado é $5.000. Portanto, independentemente do valor do vosso negócio, seja o negócio, porque depende, a quem tem que construir edifícios, a quem tem que comprar máquinas que custam 10, 15, 20 mil, não importa, você vai ter que quebrar isso, né, em fases e definir para que os $5.000 vão ser usados. Seja, se for quem está a fazer obras, pode ser para comprar materiais para a obra, ou pode ser para pagar o projeto, e mais a cobertura, vai comprar uma máquina, vai comprar mais matéria-prima. Sejam precisos, mas não tentem passar a impressão que não vai ser engolida, porque eu não vou dizer que eu preciso de $5.000 para construir um edifício que todo mundo sabe que não é possível em qualquer país, não é? A segunda questão alguém perguntou porque como é que ele não terá uma atração, não terá histórico se ele ainda só está na fase da ideação, ainda não tem um negócio como tal. Ok, a resposta é que mesmo na fase da ideia, você já fez algum trabalho, você já fez pesquisas de mercado, você pode ser que já tenha feito acordos com um ou outro fornecedor, pode ter feito acordos com possíveis clientes. Tudo isso serve para indicar como o que você já teve. O que é importante aqui é indicar que você tem feito o trabalho de campo, ok? Outra questão era sobre a necessidade de fazer um PowerPoint. Não é necessário fazer uma apresentação em PowerPoint. Você já tem aquele documento do sumário do negócio, e naquele documento há umas partes que estão sombreadas que dizem que é importante para o pitch. Basicamente, o que vocês vão fazer vocês já têm um documento escrito, tentem memorizar e depois façam o vosso vídeo. Vocês não vão precisar de nenhum PowerPoint, nenhum documento para apresentar durante o vídeo, ok? O último aspecto era em relação a esse modelo que nós partilhamos aqui. Este modelo não precisa ser, vocês não precisam seguir esse modelo. É um modelo só para que vocês tenham uma referência. O que vocês podem fazer é tentar fazer a mesma coisa. Escrevam, preencham e depois memorizem. É basicamente isso. Mais questões podem escrever. Obrigada. Foco, over to you.
OK, thank you, Nadia. Donc, pour revenir un peu sur ce que Chioma vient de partager avec nous, elle a par exemple fait une intervention au niveau du nombre de pages de votre pitch deck. Ce n'est pas intéressant si c'est plus de 10 pages. Donc, c'est entre 4 et 10 pages. Soyez vraiment succinct et allez tout droit au but par rapport aux différents points qu'on vous a donnés depuis le début. Donc, l'autre chose, effectivement, les projets que vous faites ne peuvent pas se limiter uniquement à 5 000 $. Donc, ce qu'on vous propose, c'est de les faire par phase. Donc, lorsque vous allez faire votre présentation, l'investissement, le financement peut être plus élevé que 5 000 $. Mais vous devez dire, vous voulez 5 000 $ pour, par exemple, une première phase, en indiquant bien évidemment la durée et ce que vous allez faire de cet argent, tel qu'on vous l'a signalé tout à l'heure. Donc, le modèle qu'on vous a donné, franchement, c'est un guide. Ne soyez pas braqués, c'est un guide qu'on vous donne afin de vous aider à être plus confiant lorsque vous allez faire votre présentation vidéo de 4 minutes. Donc, ça ne vient pas en dualité, c'est juste un guide qu'on vous donne afin de vous aider à être plus confiant. Nous savons que vous êtes déjà suffisamment exercé sur le business summary qu'on a mis à votre disposition. Et on vous avait indiqué les points qui devaient revenir pour la vidéo de 4 minutes. Donc, on attend de vous une vidéo de 4 minutes que vous allez envoyer dans la plateforme. Et le pitch deck, on vous l'a dit, vous n'allez pas forcément lire, c'est à vous de vous entraîner et puis on prendra ceux qui seront plus éloquents lors de la présentation. N'oubliez pas que c'est un concours et que vous êtes nombreux à y participer. Okay, I have some question. I have a question. Let me just share it. Donc, il y a Reddy Kik Jobani qui dit: nous souhaitons avoir des en détail parce que là, vous nous expliquez de manière ramassée ou à la limite, veuillez nous envoyer un guide par mail, s'il vous plaît. Écoutez, on vous a dit, c'est juste un guide, effectivement, qui vient compléter toutes les notions qu'on vous a déjà données depuis le début. Donc, soyez confiant et au moment de faire votre vidéo, mettez toute la chance de votre côté, exercez-vous suffisamment et prenez la peine de sélectionner, de faire votre vidéo plusieurs fois, de 4 minutes, pas plus, et de sélectionner celle que vous allez envoyer. Donc, tous les éléments que Chioma a partagés avec vous, ce n'est qu'un guide pour vous orienter lorsque vous allez faire votre présentation. OK, Chioma, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, Foko. Thank you. So, Chama, should I go ahead with the questions I have? I know you've answered some of them, but there's some other questions. Okay, so like I mentioned, there's no slide because I know people have been sending, don't prepare any slide. Just use, I'm going to share the document, the one, Chama. I know a lot of people are taking pictures. However, we'll share that with you. So that would serve as a guide. And then the areas we highlighted in the pitching template, in the business summary template, which is required for pitching. You also need to know those areas. It's the same with what Chama has shared. So it's just for you to find answers. It's about your business. So you need to tell us what problem you're solving or what problems you've identified and how you want to solve it. And then you now tell us, you now go to the other segment of your business. So very important. So I'll just go to the questions. So the first one is, do I state the amount of money I need for the particular project? I think Choma already answered that. Then another question is, if you're into buying and selling, how exactly will you describe your impact? Which means maybe you buy and sell, maybe you're a trader, you sell, you're into fashion, you sell makeup products. How would you define your impact if you're in that business? Yeah.
Right, so your impact is in so many levels. It depends on what you're most passionate about. So for people who are, for instance, in sustainability, I'm interested in the materials that I'm using and how it's affecting the people who I'm selling to, right? So for instance, if I sell paper packaging. So I'm selling paper packaging to 5,000 food stores in Nigeria. right? So the impact will be, do you know how many plastic bottles I've saved from, littering the environment, right? Because I'm using paper packaging instead, right? So my traction or my impact will be how the plastic bottles I'm saving, and this what do you call them now, eateries or fast food people, how they are now being even sustainable because I'm producing paper cups or paper plates or whatever it's called, right? So there are different levels. Whatever it's important to you, you can highlight it. Sometimes your impact is the people you are empowering, right? How many women have you empowered in your community because of your work? So for me, I've empowered over 300 women who are weaving textile, weaving fabrics, right? I'm empowering, women who are drawing. I'm empowering fashion artists or illustrators. So it could be how many people you're empowering. It could be, the environmental impact. It could be the social impact, which is the people, right? So it could even be education. Sorry, you meant buying and selling. So if you're buying and selling, it could be how many people in the value chain that you're empowering, right? You're not just, everything doesn't start and stop with you. So there's so many people on that value chain that you're empowering. So you can talk about the people who are buying from you, the wholesalers, the retailers. You can talk about your environmental impact. You can even talk about your contribution to, the economy. Whoever you're selling to, what are they using the products for? Right? It could be the impact. So like the example I gave, the paper packaging for the fast food chain. So it could be, what the benefit of the products to the people that you're selling to. It could be the impact. So it depends on really what is important to you. There's so many aspects of that. Let me know. Is there another question?
We have other questions. So I know you've answered the bulk of the questions, but I'm just going to go over it again. Okay, so hello, Ibuku. Can we use a different elevator pitch format? So there is really, or present, or must we just use this template? It's a video, and I think Choma will also speak to that. It's a video, so you're not presenting anything. They want to hear you speak about your business. So it's really what is in your paper. So, and you also don't want to, do a video where you're looking at the paper and, they also want to see eye contact, confidence, and you understanding what you're saying. So maybe Choma can also speak to that because she's an expert here.
So it's it doesn't have to be the template. It's really about the content. So it's the content of that template, which can be arranged in any way. So we want to know the problem you're solving, the solution you're bringing, which market you're serving, the people who you are solving this problem for, and then what you need the money for. What do you need the money for? What do you want to do in specific terms? And then your potential impact. If I give you the money, what is going to happen because of this money? That's really it. Those are the 4 key areas. So you can, design it with whichever template you like. And then in terms of, let me even talk about now pitching. So when you're pitching, ensure that you are very confident in what you're saying. Remember that the people who you're pitching to sometimes are not in your industry, right? They're going to rely on your confidence and energy to be able to believe you. So you have to show that you are an authority in what you're saying, right? So the more confident you are, the easier it is for me to believe you, or the easier it is for me to believe you, pardon. And also there's some words you need to avoid in your pitch when you're talking. You don't say something like, oh, we are trying to see if we can scale our business, or we're trying to see if we can build a website, or you don't try. So it's either you've done it or you haven't done it. So don't use assertive words, and don't say you're trying to, or perhaps maybe my customers will like it, maybe, or perhaps at the end of the month. Please do not use perhaps, try, maybe. Use more assertive words. We have built the website, or we will build the website by 31st of December 2021, or we have sealed the partnership deal, or we are talking to people. So you're not trying, right? Be more assertive, be more confident, and please use a clear background. Don't let things be distracting at the back. Don't have so many things distracting. A clear background, clear picture, clear sound, and it's easier for people to hear you. All right? Yeah, let me know if you have.
Okay, I think that's all. So the questions are just around the program. People are asking if it's going to be a live video. It's not virtual. it's a video. So you're recording a video. You can use your phone, but like make sure your background is clear, your sound is on point, it is clear. So whoever is watching can hear what you're saying clearly. Because if you're muffled and I can't hear you, then I can't even score you because I can't even hear half of what you're saying. So if you can go to a quiet place, clear background, preferably a background like Chiyoma's background here, clear, bright, white, and then your sound. Make sure you're in a location that is not noisy. There's no car moving around that would obstruct. Just be in a place and just do your video nice, 4 minutes. And you can even practice before you do the video. Time yourself and see if you're able to cover everything. In fact, you can do it in such a way that you can even cover everything in less than 4 minutes. So practice. Once you have everything written down, your problem, your solution, who are your target audience, what are you doing with the money? Because you need to also explain that, like Chiyoma had mentioned, and also your impact. What exactly are you trying to achieve at the end of the day? What's the goal, the end goal? If you're able to cover that, then you time yourself and say, okay, let me do it, use a timer, and then talk about this. You can stand in front of your mirror and do it. Practice over time. Like they say, practice makes perfect. So if you keep practicing on when you want to do, or when it's time to do your video, it will just be very easy and seamless. And then there's another question here about when are we submitting the video? So we've just finished the training now. So Chiyoma has taken us through, learning the craft of elevator pitch, what to expect, what is required of you as the entrepreneur who is looking for funding. And the next thing is for us to now prep you on how you're going to upload the video. So more information on that will be shared. If since the program started in May, we've been carrying you guys along every step of the way. We've had sessions, we've prepared manuals that will guide you to use the platform. So all of that will be made available to you. So don't worry, we will share more information. This is just the training for you to have an idea of what is expected of you during pitching, when you're pitching or when you're creating your video. So you know what to do and you know what is expected of you. And also...
Okay, so
Okay, Nadia and Foko, please translate in French and Portuguese so we don't lose our other participants. Over to you, Nadia.
Yeah, you can summarize the new questions that we have.
Basicamente, as questões que têm surgido têm sido mais à volta de como fazer o pitch, o modelo e por aí. De novo, vocês não precisam fazer nenhum PowerPoint. O modelo pode ser variado. O importante é responder a esses 4 pontos que a Chiyoma aqui mencionou várias vezes. Quem és, ok? O que é que tu fazes? O que é que tu queres? E para quê, não é? Queres $5.000 para quê? E o impacto que o teu negócio trará para o teu país ou para o continente, ok? Basicamente é isso. Lembrar-se que o vídeo deve ser feito. O vídeo tem duração de 4 minutos, não é? Vocês devem procurar fazer o vídeo com um background claro, um background branco, ou claro, sem distrações. E vocês devem soar como é que se diz, muito confiantes, como quem conhece, quem domina aquele assunto que vocês estão a falar. Porque lembre-se que o júri poderá ser alguém que não é dessa indústria, que não entende desse negócio, mas se vocês forem bastante confidentes quando estiverem a falar com autoridade, com propriedade da coisa, o júri vai acreditar que você conhece, que você domina a matéria, vai acreditar em tudo que você disser. Então, depende de ti. Nada de usar. Há palavras que vocês devem evitar usar. Não usem palavras como talvez, se calhar, o cliente vai gostar. Eu vou tentar arranjar isso. Não. Essas palavras são palavras que matam. Não usem, nunca use a palavra tentar, não use a palavra talvez, palavras que não dão certeza, ok? Porque isso tudo vai contar para o vosso pitch. Outra questão levantada foi sobre alguém que disse que eu gosto de detalhes. Como é que ele consegue? Basicamente ele vende coisas, né? Por exemplo, eu sei, compra alguma coisa e revende. E como é que ele consegue medir o impacto? Impacto pode ser de várias formas. Impacto, nós falamos aqui impactos em termos do ambiente, mas o impacto também pode ser em termos de pessoas. Por exemplo, quantas pessoas vão ser empregadas graças ao seu negócio? É uma forma de medir o impacto. Pode ser através pode ser o próprio ambiente, através do, como é que se chama isso, a embalagem do vosso produto. Vocês podem passar a usar uma embalagem ecológica, é impacto. Portanto, a forma de medir o impacto, todo negócio tem impacto e vocês só têm que analisar bem e ver qual é o impacto do vosso negócio e mencionar, porque, de novo, é importante para dar peso ao vosso pitch. O que mais aqui é basicamente isso, né? Os 4 minutos, procurarem estar calmos, falarem com voz clara. Vocês não precisam de nenhuma câmera especial, mesmo um telefone Android pode servir para fazer essa filmagem. Procurar ter só o background todo branquinho, para não ter distrações, e falar com bastante autoridade e claro, porque é importante que o júri ouça e entenda o que vocês querem dizer. Ok? Acho que é basicamente isso por enquanto. Mais questões vão surgindo. Obrigada. Foco over to you.
OK, thank you, Nadia. Donc, nous allons continuer avec les conseils généraux en signalant que, comme on vous a dit, ce que Chioma partage avec nous, c'est un modèle, c'est un guide. Donc maintenant, vous devez être fait forcément sous un fond clair, dans un espace où il n'y a pas de bruit, où vous allez pouvoir parler avec une élocution facile pour qu'on puisse vous écouter. Parce qu'il y a des juges qui vont évaluer vos travaux à travers la vidéo que vous allez présenter. Donc tout ce qu'on vous a donné jusqu'à présent permet que vous soyez confiants. Et comme l'a dit un des participants, c'est ceux qui seront confiants, qui vont parler avec le cœur, qui sont passionnés par leur projet et fascinés, qui vont pouvoir avoir la confiance suffisante et savoir s'exprimer. Donc voilà, grosso modo, ce que Fioma essaie d'expliquer. On vous redit la même chose. Maintenant, que vous présentiez debout ou assis, comme le demande Koumela, ce n'est pas important. L'important, c'est que votre projet soit présenté. Pour ce qui est du montant du financement, on vous a dit 5 000 $ ne suffisent pas pour faire un projet. Vous devez juste présenter votre projet en termes de phase, en indiquant de façon spécifique à quoi va vous servir les 5 $. Donc voilà, globalement, ce qu'on essaie de changer avec vous. Soyez très confiants. Tout ce qu'on vous a donné comme outil vous permet de pouvoir présenter votre projet sans forcément lire. Le pitch deck peut exister, mais vous ne serez pas en train de lire un document. C'est pour ça qu'on a dit que le pitch deck ne doit pas être plus de 10 pages. Mais dans tous les cas, lorsque vous allez faire la vidéo, essayez-vous plusieurs fois et soumettez dans la plateforme qu'on mettra à votre disposition la vidéo qui sera la plus excellente pour vous. Parce que je vous le dis bien, nous sommes dans un concours et on prendra les plus éloquents. OK, thank you. Fioma, you have the floor.
Awesome. Thank you, Foko and Nadia. So I'm just going to just answer this last question because they're asking if they can do an edited video, like a professional video. If you want to do a professional video, you can go ahead and do a professional video, and edit the video, have your products in it. Someone was asking, should I put my products? You have to showcase your products. So for instance, if I'm making tissue, I'm going to be talking about my brand name is Trauma Tissue Company, and we make this kind of tissue. This tissue can cure HIV, blah, 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 right? So you can showcase you can showcase your tissue on the screen. You can showcase your product on the screen and talk about it. You can do an edited video, a professional video, or use your camera. The important thing is that we see your value and we understand you. We see you, we understand you. Your video is very clear. Yeah. So if I have 2 minutes to talk about pitch mastery, at least to show them where they can get it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, okay. So for all these, your many questions, I wrote a book titled Pitch Mastery, right? So this is the book, Pitch Mastery. It has everything around storytelling, discovering your unique value, how to pitch, how to pitch for different opportunities. This is not just for TEF. Beyond TEF, there's so many other things that you can do. Like I said, when I started, there's so many opportunities I've gotten beyond TEF as well, right? So you need to learn how to pitch to different kinds of audiences. You need to learn how to pitch even to investors who want to buy equity, who want to take equity from your business. You need to learn how to value your business. You need to learn how to pitch for partnerships. You need to learn how to pitch for sponsorships. So different things, right? As you scale and grow your business, you need to learn how to grow and talk about your business to different kinds of people. So this book is available now. You can get it. Click the link in my bio. Go to my Instagram bio. My Instagram bio is Choma. My Instagram handle is Choma Red Button, right? So Choma Red Button, no space, at Choma Red Button on Instagram, or you can go to the website at thepitchcenter.com. Thepitchcenter.com. You will see this book and you can order it and use it to prepare for your pitch. Thank you very much, the Tony Mini Foundation. Thank you, Ibukun. Thank you, Nadia and Foko. I've had a great time, and I do hope that you guys will make me proud. Go and win the $5,000 and scale your businesses. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right, thank you very much, Choma. I really appreciate you for taking our time to actually facilitate this particular session. We don't take it for granted, and we're proud of what all our TF alumni are doing across Africa. They're doing a lot. They're making us proud every time. We've heard so many stories. Choma is doing so much, and we have other TF alumni as well that are doing great things. Nadia is one of them in Sao Tome. She's really doing great things over there, so we're very proud. So before we end the session, I'm just going to touch on a few things pertaining the program and next steps of the program. Like I mentioned, the pitching, we will share more information on that in the coming weeks, just so we don't bombard you with too many information. So once we're about to get to the next phase, we'll let you know. But just to point out that not everyone will pitch, right? And I mentioned this during the onboarding, I think in April, on the 29th of April, when we had the onboarding. Shortlisting happens at every phase of the program. So after training, everyone that started training was not eligible to actually, submit their business plan and due diligence. We had to drop some people off. And the same thing will happen when you're moving to pitching. So because you've submitted your business plan and due diligence does not necessarily mean that we're shortlisting. And we mentioned to you that we'll be using some certain criteria, which we shared with you in the beginning. So we're going to be using gender diversity, regional, diversity as well. We're going to be looking at your scores. We're going to be looking at partner requirements, which is very critical because partners are going to be sponsoring additional entrepreneurs and they have their own requirements for selection. So we're going to be considering all of this to shortlist to pitching. So please and please, I don't want people to feel bad because I realized that a lot of people reached out to me after training. Oh, you're not good, you're wicked, you took out my name from the list. It doesn't happen that way, right? If imagine they select you now, you won't come to me to say, oh, Ibuku, you didn't. But there are other people, it's just like writing exams, JAM. Not everybody passes JAM. Some people drop off and some people are selected. It's when you go for exams in university, when you do a diploma, they don't select everybody that writes the exam, right? They also have some certain criteria for selection to the next phase of the program. So this same thing would apply now. We're not selecting everybody, so we're going to be shortlisted. So please, if you're not shortlisted, do not feel bad, right? Don't think, oh, the people that were shortlisted are better than you know. And that doesn't mean that you should give up, right? Choma will tell you, Choma applied to the program many times before she eventually got selected. She applied 3 times before she eventually got selected for the program. So imagine she gave up and she said, you know what, I'm not interested. I don't want to run my business anymore, or I don't want to start my business. So do not give up. If you fall, no matter how many times you fall, it's you standing up each time you fall that matters. And that shows your resilience. So you can't give up. You can't say, oh, because I didn't, I wasn't shortlisted for pitching. Oh, they're wicked. They took out my name. No, nobody takes out anybody's name. It's free and fair. It's very, it's very transparent. We made our processes very clear and transparent. So please, we're still shortlisting for pitching. So not everyone will move to that stage. So I'm just prepping your minds down. So it's more or less like survival of the fittest now. And, just put everything in God's hands because not everybody would, move to the next phase of the program. So I'll just allow Foko and Nadia quickly summarize this for our other that would not or that do not understand English, so that they also get that information. Over to you, Nadia. Thank you.
Thanks, Ibukum. Ok, pessoal. Mais algumas informações da Ibukum. Em termos de apresentação sobre o pitch, está concluído. Espero que tenha ficado claro. Ok? Mais informações, já houve quem perguntou quando é que vai enviar o pitch. Informações virão. Ok? Até, como sempre, vai mandar e-mails a informar-vos de quando e como fazerem para carregar um vídeo de pitch. Por enquanto, é importante vocês notarem que nem toda a gente, eu vi ali uma questão, alguém fez essa questão acerca de se toda a gente vai fazer o pitch. Nem toda a gente vai fazer o pitch. Atenção. Isso foi dito desde o início do programa, nós estamos a dizer que há várias fases de pré-seleção. E agora, o dia 23 hoje, acaba o prazo para vocês fazerem um carregamento do due diligence e do sumário de negócio. Isso vai ser avaliado e alguns vão passar e outros não. Quero dizer, há critérios próprios da Fundação para a seleção, há critérios sobre a região, há quantos por cada região, gênero, quantos femininos, quantos masculinos, critérios dos parceiros da Fundação, vossa nota nos testes que fizeram, enfim, todos esses critérios serão tidos em consideração e, então, vai se selecionar quem vai fazer o pitch, quem não vai fazer o pitch. Mas, de novo, é ficarem calmos e aguardar que a Fundação manda o aviso para você, manda o e-mail a dizer, mesmo para aquele que não passou, a Fundação vai comunicar por e-mail que, olha, infelizmente, você não fará o pitch, você não foi selecionado, não passou para essa fase. Não precisam criar pânicos e suspeitas e inventar coisas. A Fundação comunicará com cada seja quem passou, quem não passou. Quem passou, prepara o seu pitch. Já sabem como é que fazer, comecem a treinar à frente do espelho para criar em prática, enfim. É só esperar. Depende dos critérios que todos já conhecem desde o início, porque há pessoas que ficaram muito aborrecidas quando foram selecionadas para esta fase. Vocês sabem que há pessoas que não passaram a fase dos treinamentos, dos testes, não é? Mas isso tudo foi avisado, não deveria ser surpresa para ninguém, ok? Agora vai ser de novo feita uma seleção e alguns vão passar, outros vão ficar, mas é natural. Não desistam, porque a Xioma, que está cá, esteve aqui a falar hoje sobre o pitch, ela candidatou-se 3 vezes antes de conseguir passar e entrar no programa e receber os 5 mil. Portanto, não desistam, não pensem que é fácil. Há pessoas que fazem 3, 4, até 5 vezes para conseguir entrar. É preciso perseverança, é preciso persistência, é preciso acreditar e lutar. Ok? É tudo por enquanto. Obrigada. Força. Foco, over to you.
OK, thank you, Nadia. Donc, pour clore, je vais commencer par ce que Fiona a expliqué en fin de compte. Donc, vous êtes autorisé à montrer vos produits et à faire des vidéos professionnelles. Donc, sentez-vous à l'aise, tel qu'on a expliqué, à pouvoir présenter votre projet en 4 minutes dans les canons qu'on vous a donné comme orientation. Donc, sentez-vous à l'aise. Maintenant, de façon globale, retenez que ce n'est pas tout le monde qui était au départ qui se retrouve à l'étape d'aujourd'hui. Il y a beaucoup qui ne reçoivent plus les mails sur la continuité. Il y a beaucoup qui n'ont pas eu accès aux diligences. Donc, au départ, depuis la vidéo d'accueil, on vous l'avait précisé, il s'agit d'un concours. Et plusieurs fois, on est revenu dessus. Donc, maintenant, quels sont les critères? Les critères, vous les connaissez tous. Il y a des critères régionaux, il y a des critères de genre, il y a des critères liés aux partenaires. Parce qu'effectivement, en plus des candidats qui vont être sélectionnés par l'outil la Tenue Foundation, il y a des partenaires et des bailleurs de fonds qui donnent certains critères et à partir de ces critères, il y a plusieurs autres candidats qui vont bénéficier du financement. Donc, il est question pour vous de ne pas vous décourager. Ce qui est certain, c'est que tout le monde n'arrivera pas à la fin, tout le monde n'aura pas le financement. Le fait d'avoir rempli les diligences, le fait d'envoyer votre business plan sommaire, le fait de faire le pitch, ne garantit pas que vous serez financé, que vous obtiendrez les 5 000 $. Mais toujours est-il que, comme Fioma, parce qu'elle, par exemple, a eu à compétir 3 fois avant d'être retenue dans le programme. Donc, comme elle, ne vous découragez pas, vous avez la possibilité de revenir plus tard. Ne vous découragez pas, la formation était suffisamment solide et sachez tirer parti de cette formation dont vous avez bénéficié afin de pouvoir être des entrepreneurs à succès, tels que le fondateur de la fondation, Tony Nulu, le veut pour un Afrique qui gagne. Donc, on vous remercie pour cette session et certainement, on sera ensemble pour les prochaines fois. Thank you. You have the floor.
All right, thank you very much, Foko. Thank you. I'm just going to address a few things as well. So the deadline for business plan and due diligence documents is today. So by 12 midnight today, we're shutting the portal. And I know a lot of people are having issues uploading. I can't find the submit button. For some people, you already submitted and you're trying to edit. You cannot. Once you upload the wrong document and you submit, you can't edit anymore. So just leave it and let it go. So people calling me, sending me messages, oh, I uploaded the wrong document. Please, what do I do? There's nothing, you can't do anything. You can't do anything about it. So just leave it. If you've submitted, you can't edit. So just to address that. Then if you're having issues with the submit buttons, for those that have reached out to me today, I've sent it to our technical team and they're working on it. I don't know why you can't see the submit button. If you haven't uploaded all the necessary documents, you may not even see the submit button. So check your due diligence to be sure that you've uploaded all the documents. It's just the partner's consent that is optional. Every other document you must upload. That's the headshot, the government ID, and the utility bill. You must upload that before you see the submit button. So kindly do that, very important and critical because the deadline is today. And we'll be conducting approvals. We're going to be approving, but when we get to a certain number, when we see a certain number for uploads, we would approve your document so you can move to the next stage. And I just want to say that it is very important that when we're giving that timeline, let's all ensure that we do it before the deadline. It's not nice, it's not a good culture to wait the last day before you submit a document or before you upload your business plan. You had a month and a week to do this. It's not a good culture. And because we're going to be CEOs, future CEOs, and you want your staff, the people you're going to recruit, to exceed expectations and to help your business grow. Imagine you employ somebody and that person was meant to pay for some supply and that person waits till the day they're supposed to supply and couldn't meet up, and they say, oh no, because you didn't pay at a certain time, we can't supply you. How would you feel if you're that person, if you're that business owner? How would you feel? It's not nice when we wait till the last day and everybody is now rushing, oh, I want to upload, I want to submit. Some people just uploaded their due diligence today and you had 1 month to do this. So please, it's good to imbibe very good culture. When you're giving a deadline, ensure that you upload on time. Don't wait till the last day before you upload. It is not nice. It is not good. And then you're now putting yourself under a lot of pressure. When you could have been chilling today and relaxing that, yes, I've done what I was supposed to do. Let me relax and cross my leg. That's when you're putting yourself under a lot of pressure. So please, I just thought to address that and encourage us to do better. When we're giving deadlines, take your time, do what you have to do. If you're passionate about starting a business and you're happy to be on this program and you want to scale, you want to be successful, you don't need to wait for last minute to do some certain things, right? It doesn't show excellence, it doesn't show execution, it doesn't show enterprise, and that's the core value of the foundation. That is what we actually possess. That's what we look out for. That's what we ensure we do. That is why you see I come here to have sessions. Imagine I tell you, we're having a session at 12:30 and you don't see me throughout that day. I don't show up. How would you feel? Do you understand? So please, let's ensure that when we're giving deadlines, we do what we need to do before the giving deadline. So we're not putting ourselves under pressure and you're not putting the foundation under pressure because you want them to submit or approve your document immediately. It doesn't work that way, please. I just thought to mention that. And also, people are complaining that they haven't approved their document. For some people, you need to sign out, refresh, clear all your browsing data, because sometimes there may be a glitch from your browsing data from the server. Just clear your previous browsing data, sign out of the platform, sign in again, refresh the page, and then check, because we've been conducting approvals and we did the last one last night. So if you uploaded your document on the 20th, your document should be approved by now. So you can move to upload your business summary document. So please check, refresh, and just do what I've mentioned. Bulk approval, yes, we're approving today. We'll be doing that. So please just keep checking your platform, sign out, sign in again, clear your browsing data, refresh your page, and then check to see your status if your document has been approved. I think I've been able to touch on the key things people have been sending email inquiries about and complaints. I don't know if there's any other thing we need to touch on. You can send in the chat box so we can quickly touch on that. So I'll just hand over to Nadia. This is the last information. Nadia and Foko to just share what I've just talked about. So every other person can get that information. Thank you, Nadia and Foko.
Okay,
over to you.
Então, mais alguns pontos das questões que a Ibuku tem recebido. Algumas pessoas têm dito que não conseguem reenviar o documento, ou que não conseguem alterar o documento, os documentos que já enviaram, tanto o due diligence como o plano, o sumário do plano de negócio. Então, fiquem a saber que uma vez carregado o documento, vocês já não podem editar, ok? Uma vez você enviou, já não tem como alterar, tá? Enviou, está enviado, ok? Há também pessoas que têm queixado que não conseguem ver o botão enviar. Algumas que enviaram um e-mail para Ibuku com esse problema. Para essas pessoas, é para que saibam que o problema já foi enviado ao departamento técnico para ver o que se passa e será solucionado, ok? Vocês deveriam ter tentado evitar essa pressão no último minuto. Conforme eu já disse, hoje é o último dia, às 23h59, hora de África Ocidental, quer dizer, a hora da Nigéria. Tenham atenção isso, porque depende de onde vocês estão. Pode ser que às 23 horas lá seja 22 nos vossos respectivos países. Então, prestar atenção a isso. O portal vai fechar-se. Quer dizer que ninguém mais vai conseguir enviar. Mas vocês tiveram um mês inteirinho para fazer esse envio. Não é admissível que deixem para o último minuto, porque isso é uma atitude um pouco negativa para quem quer ser CEO, quem é empreendedor, ok? Agora vocês estão sob pressão para enviar e colocam a fundação sob pressão para aprovar os documentos, porque há pessoas que estão a enviar o due diligence hoje. A fundação tem que aprovar antes que vocês possam carregar o resumo do plano de negócio. Já imagina a pressão desnecessária, com tanto tempo para fazer isso, ok? E há pessoas que têm dito que não conseguem ver se o seu documento foi aprovado, já enviaram há muito tempo e não conseguem ver. O que devem fazer? Vocês devem, nesses casos, deve ser o sistema fica um pouco carregado às vezes, vocês devem fazer é sair do TEF Connect, ok? Fecham, limpam o vosso navegador, a barra de navegador da internet, ok? E voltem a entrar no TEF Connect e tentem fazer de novo. Basicamente é fazer um refrescamento para ver se assim vocês conseguem ver o que deveriam ver, né? Nesse caso, é ver que o documento foi aprovado. É basicamente isso. Mais questões, se houverem, escrevam no chat. E lembrem-se, o último dia. Boa sorte a todos. Foko, over to you.
Thank you, Nadia. OK, donc pour finir, donc, vous savez qu'aujourd'hui, c'est le délai pour la soumission de vos business, de vos résumés d'affaires. Et là, on essaie de vous sensibiliser. Ce n'est pas une bonne habitude pour certains de s'y prendre le dernier jour. Donc, c'est ce qu'on a beaucoup insisté sur la culture de l'exécution telle qu'on vous l'a appris pendant les TOs. Vous devez passer à l'action tout de suite lorsque vous avez quelque chose à faire. Donc, on encourage pas les gens qui viennent à la dernière minute. Anyway, vous avez jusqu'à minuit aujourd'hui. Après minuit, la plateforme est close. jusqu'à minuit aujourd'hui pour pouvoir soumettre vos résumés et toutes les diligences, tous les documents qu'on vous a demandé. Il n'y a que les statuts qui sont optionnels par rapport à ceux qui ont des entreprises. Les autres, ce n'est pas obligatoire. Il n'y a que ceux qui ont des entreprises, qui ont des sociétés qui ont l'obligation d'envoyer des documents signés avec leurs partenaires, en l'occurrence les statuts. Donc, vous avez aussi le fait que certains se plaignent toujours de ne pas avoir accès à la plateforme. Ce qu'on vous recommande, c'est de soit changer de navigateur, soit vous déconnecter et nettoyer vos cookies et puis vous reconnecter. Ça, ce sont des choses à faire. Je pense que ce sont des conseils qui ont été donnés dans les groupes pour ceux qui sont assidus dans les groupes de travail, les différents groupes qui ont été créés. Donc, on vous encourage à bien vous préparer pour les pitchs. Notez que ça ne sert à rien de continuer à envoyer des emails pour se plaindre. Quand vous envoyez votre document et que vous validez, il est impossible de le modifier. Vous ne pouvez modifier qu'avant d'avoir soumis. Mais quand le document est déjà soumis, il est impossible de retourner et de pouvoir le modifier. Donc, voilà ce qu'on devait partager avec vous aujourd'hui et on vous souhaite la bonne chance pour la suite. OK, thank you beaucoup.
Okay, thank you, Foko. So I just need to touch on a few things. I've been seeing a lot of comments in the chat section. You don't need to do any presentation slides. You don't need graphics. You don't need animation because you are talking. You are standing in front of a camera and you are speaking about your business. You're explaining to us what the problem you've identified. What problem have you identified? What solution do you want to prefer for that particular problem? Who is your target or who are your target audience, right? And then you're now telling us, okay, what do I want to do with the money that they're giving me? What are the first things I need to implement? And then your impact. What is the end goal? At the end of you implementing this business idea, what do you hope to achieve? And then your milestones. The first 3 months, this is what I want to target. This is what I want to achieve. The second quarter, this is what I want to achieve. That is all we need. And you are talking. Yes, you can show us some of your products if you have them, but make sure everything you're doing is within 4 minutes. Once you exceed 4 minutes, you can't even upload. So 4 minutes, you need to stick to the 4 minutes. Very important, stick to 4 minutes, right? That's why I said practice, keep practicing. Note down everything you want to talk about as regards to your business, and then you can stand in front of a mirror and talk through. Keep practicing and time yourself, because timing would help perfect whatever you're going to do when you intend to do the video. And I really I'm not pushing for professional video, because you can use, if you have a good Android phone or iOS, you can tell somebody to record you while talking. Don't waste money getting professional videographers. Nah, you don't need that. If you know your business, you know your onions, somebody can do a recording for you using your phone, and then just make sure you're in a quiet place. The background is clear and the sound is really clear, and then you shoot your video. You don't need professional videographers. You don't need all of that. However, if you want to do that, it's up to you, it's your choice, but we're not telling you to do that from the foundation. But if you feel like you want to make your video look very crisp, nice, you can do that. However, we are not telling you to do that. You can use your phone to actually record your session, and then you upload when it's time to, and we'll share more information about that. Right? Very important. So please stick to your 4 minutes. Don't exceed 4 minutes. While you're talking, you can show us your product, the solution you're bringing to the market, and let it be very short, precise, and brief. Don't take too much time. That's why I said keep practicing. Practice makes you perfect, right? So I thought to mention that. And then, yeah, I don't know, I'm still seeing people asking about the DMS. The DMS is not closed yet, so you can still upload your document, but ensure that you're doing the right thing. You're not uploading the wrong document. Label your documents appropriately. Don't label them and then you now upload the wrong documents and then you're reaching out to me, oh, I've uploaded the wrong document. And when you do upload the wrong document, before you submit, just check to be sure that you have the right document, because you can still edit. And even if you edit, sometimes it doesn't reflect that it has changed. Just go ahead to submit. It has changed from back end. So just go ahead to submit, so that doesn't delay you and then you miss out on submitting your document, please. It's very important. So thank you. Nadia has to leave. Thank you so much. She has another meeting. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for, always making yourself available to support with the Portuguese translation. So thank you. So moving ahead. So that's basically it. I don't know if we have any other thing to address. I'm looking at the chat section just to be sure that we've covered everything. And like I said, we're shortlisting people to pitch. Not everyone will move to the pitching stage. So please let us know that now. We are going to shortlist to pitching. So not everyone that has access to the DMS now will pitch. So I just wanted to mention that. And don't feel bad if you're not selected. You can try again next year. Don't feel bad. Don't feel discouraged. Don't think, oh, they don't like me, they hate me, they removed my name. No, we don't do such at the foundation. It's free and fair. Our processes are very transparent. And we're always clear from the get-go. We share all information with you. We don't hold back on anything. So I thought to mention, and I think we've ended the session. That's basically it. Again, thank you, Chioma. Thank you so much for making yourself available. I really, really do appreciate it. It's not easy taking out time, 2 hours, 30 minutes from a very tight schedule to come here and facilitate the session. So we really do appreciate it. Foco as well. I appreciate your support. You're always available. Always available. I don't think Foco has ever told me no, I can't attend. Foco is always available, and Foco is also very busy. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much. You've been with us from April up until now, and you're still willing and always ready to support. Thank you so much. So we've come to the end of the session today. Thank you for joining. This is like the last training webinar session we have. I'm going to miss you guys, your comments. Thank you, Ibukun. A lot of people are thanking Chioma. They're appreciating you, Chioma. They appreciate they loved your presentation slides. They loved your session. They're really excited about it. It was clear, short, and precise, and straight to the point. Thank you, everyone. And
thank
I'm
you,
sure
everyone.
The next I'll be speaking to you guys again will be the people shortlisted for pitching, because a lot of people are going to drop off, like I mentioned. So I know a lot of you have my emails. Some people have my emails. Don't always just still get information from the foundation. There are value-added opportunities you don't want to miss out on. So don't stay in touch. Just be around so you don't miss out on key information that may be valuable to you at the end of the day. So from me and every other person at the foundation, we're saying thank you. Thank you for always attending the session. Thank you for always, staying, just being consistent. It's not easy using your data to join a live stream every now and then. We appreciate it. And, thank you for your resilience and your commitment. So yes, thank you, Chioma, again. Thank you, Foco. So I'll end the session now. Bye, everyone. And you will hear from me in the coming weeks for those that have been shortlisted to pitch. Yes. Just to
all right, bye.
All right, thank you, Chioma. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having me. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bonne chance.